Hey guys, it's operations time again. We're going to be taking the Athearn Genesis GP38-2 paired up with the Athearn Genesis GP40-2 once again. And we're going to be heading out to Westminster, California, right next to Huntington Beach. And we are going to be switching out a couple of cars in Southern California Edison. So let's go ahead and let the crew get fired up here, get the engines ready to go, and we will head on out. Now, we do have a couple other cars. We got a couple tanker cars with us, and we're going to be dropping those off in the La Mirada Cerritos area on the runaround track for a later switching operation. And we're going to be taking in one gondola. There's already a flat car and another car that we're going to be taking out of Southern California Edison, and then there is a gondola already in the facility which has some steel coils, and that's what we have in this gondola here with us. And we're going to have to put those into the industry and obviously get that off-spot car moved into the proper spot. So basically two cars going into the left side of the industry, two cars coming out. Pretty straightforward, but because Southern California Edison is a little bit of a more complicated industry. It's a little bit of a switchback inside. It makes for some fun switching operations. So here we are. We're coming up to our runaround track, our east side main line, sometimes I call it. We're gonna let the conductor get off there and get us switched over so we can drop off the two tanker cars here that are going to be going into the tanker facility here in the foreground later on in a different video. I know I say that all the time, but I try to keep the videos at the reasonable length, you know. We don't want them too long. Alright, so we're on the runaround track here. We're going to pull forward just a little bit and let the conductor set the brakes on the tanker cars we're going to be leaving over here for a future operations video, hopefully. And we'll disconnect and head on out, continue on our way towards Westminster and Huntington Beach. Crossing the street here and be heading through Anaheim by the Anaheim Equestrian Center. You have to excuse my voice and my bumbling pronunciations here. I've got an upper respiratory infection, so just working my way through that. Now we're just heading into Stanton and Westminster here. We're going to stop at the other runaround. Let the conductors flop us over to the east side. And because Southern California Edison, actually the incoming spur comes off of the east side main line, which is technically the runaround. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to end up dropping off this gondola that's going to be going into the industry before we enter. Because like I said, we've got two cars in the industry on the left-hand side that are going to be coming out, and then we have one off spot on the right side of the industry that we need to pair up with this gondola first. So we're going to run into the industry, grab that gondola that's in our way in the switchback, and we're going to bring them out of the industry and shove them over to this gondola. Then we'll head back in and we'll grab that boxcar right there that you see in the foreground, and a yellow, I think it's a TTX flat car that we're going to be taking out. So conductor has flopped us over. Also, the industry rep has gotten his blue flag out of the way so we could enter the facility here. Grab our off-spot gondola here. We'll make our way out. And like I said, we're going to pair this one up because they're going to be going to the left side of the industry here. So you can see we've got to do a runaround maneuver to get these two cars into the proper position. We're going to have the locomotive on the other side. So we'll temporarily spot this one right here with the other incoming one. Conductor's making sure we're connected up. We'll push forward just a little bit just to clear the incoming spur turnout. And we'll back up and back into the industry and grab our two pickups. Now, since we are running our consist of the GP38 and GP40, we do have a little bit of a limited space inside of that switchback, so we can fit two locomotives and one car in the switchback section to the right hand side. And so we're going to have to grab both cars once we get into the facility. And as we're pulling them out, we're going to temporarily disconnect one. And we got to take them out one by one, basically. And that way we have enough room for our two locomotives and one car at a time. And then when we're bringing those two gondolas in, actually, we're going to kind of do the reverse. We've got to bring them in one at a time. Now, some people may say, well, why don't you add a little bit more track so you could fit more cars? But that's not what the prototype would do, right? Costs money to do that. Either that or it technically is inside of the SoCal Edison facility, so they'd have to pay for it, and they don't want to pay for it either. So easier to do just a little bit more maneuvering by taking one car in and out than having to pay for extending the track. Alright, so we've come over to the left side of the industry here. We've grabbed our two pickups. And like I said, we're going to drop this TTX flat car just short. Yeah, I think Benjamin, my corgi, likes that idea. You can see us working in the facility here in the switchback. We'll drop off our flat car there, and we'll take the box car out, and we're gonna set it out just outside the facility, and then we'll come back in, grab the flat car, and push them out of the way. So that we could continue down into Huntington Beach and do our runaround and get on the backside of our two gondolas there in the background. Alright, that looks like a good spot. We'll set the brake. Hopefully it doesn't move. We are in a little bit of an incline right there. But the brake is holding on that boxcar. We'll back up and grab our flat car. And then we're going to get those two pickups out of the way now. Since we got to go all the way down to Huntington Beach to do our runaround for our boxcars, or sorry, our gondolas, we actually don't have enough room, again, with 2 cars and the 2 locomotives on the tail end of our main line there. We can only fit 2 of the locomotives in 1 boxcar again, so we're going to kind of set these this boxcar and the gondola off in different spots. We have the incoming spur for the lumber yard in Huntington Beach, and that's where we're going to leave this boxcar. So the spur actually crosses the street, but there's enough room before the street. And that part of the spur is actually owned by the railroad, so we can use that to temporarily spot our boxcar. And then we'll take the flat car, and we're actually going to push that all the way back into Huntington Beach, and we will leave that at the end of the main line. And if you're not familiar with the line here, it runs down into Huntington Beach, which we are looking at right now. And the main line actually ends there, so we have a little bit of space to work our trains into the runaround track. And this is the incoming spur for the lumber yard. We'll leave that car right there. You can see some of the locals enjoying some lunch, I guess. We'll pull forward here and then head down the east side main line down into Huntington Beach. Conductor's got our turnout changed for us there. Alright, crew is blocking the street here for us. We can make our way around. And just across the street here, in front of Jack's Surfboards, is the end of our main line. We're going to push all the way back to the very end of the main line here to the left. Drop that flat car off. Have the conductor flip over our runaround here just ahead of us, and we will head back up the west side main line to do our runaround and get on the back side of our gondolas, get them ready for spotting within the industry. We'll keep on going and get past the next turnout there. Come back around on the east side main line. We'll grab our 2 pickups here. And we're basically going to do, like I said earlier, the complete opposite of what we did with the 2 pickups. We're going to take them in one at a time. So we will leave the trailing one on the incoming spur as we go into the industry. We'll spot the first gondola there off to the left within the industry, and then we'll go back and grab the next one. Alright, we'll stop right there. Conductor will disconnect that trailing gondola there. Leave it a little bit farther down there. Since this is a dead-end main line, we're not really blocking any traffic. We are the only train on the line. We'll head down the right side switchback here within the industry. Let the conductor come over here and change that turnout. We'll head off to the left and spot this first gondola. Track's just a little dirty, I think, right there. Had a little bit of trouble with the locomotives for a second there. You gotta run a wet rag over the tracks right there in that section. All right, we'll head back out of the industry there. Grab our next gondola, and again, this is the one that was in the right-hand side. This is the one that was the off-spot car. So we're going to spot it right here, and away we go. Spots are done. Time to head out of the industry. Grab our two pickups, and if you recall, there we dropped this one off on the incoming spur for Reliable Lumber. We'll go ahead and grab it and then head off back down to the left, down the east side main line, and grab our flat car that we left over there, and then we will be done for the day. Or at least we'll be done for this industry. As you recall, we've got those other tankers there, but that is another video. I want to keep these videos a little bit reasonable. We'll cross the street here. Crew's already flipped our turnout there. We'll grab our flat car and head on out to our next job. Alright, one industry down, one more to go. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button to get notified when I post videos like this, operations videos, and my layout updates as I build out my Union Pacific, Southern California based layout. Guys, till next time, take care.